when you bring a couple of or three beers to a tasting with an owner, you're trying to convince them. I'd love to bring my beautiful German lager with me. It's amazing. It's not on tap right now, but you know what? He wants that IPA he's been hearing about, and he might already have on tap in another form. So you give him the German lager, which is just an incredible beer, and then you give him this jumpy IPA that's just very fruity and citrusy, and he goes, "Oh wow, that's really cool," and he chooses that. But in the long run, I would like to offer a range of styles of beer. Not so sexy, but terribly satisfying beers. There's just so much to choose from. But when you're trying to get one tap in, one bar, you tend to choose the current rock star. We have a nitro beer here called a Month of Sundays, which I'm trying to get my brewer to keep it on tap, which he is open to doing. It's just mechanically, can you do it? Can you keep a nitrogen beer on tap? It's different from all the carbonated beers. A nitro beer like Guinness, that thick knit head and everything like that. That beer, I've had 2 people come up to me and say, that is the best beer I've ever had. One of them said, in my life. I feel pretty much the same way. The beer is called a Month of Sundays. This is beer number 1 to answer your question. It's an English best bitter, light in alcohol, light in body, and it's a nitrogen pour, which just does a whole different thing to the mouthfeel and to the drinking of it. And I think it could take the place of Summer's End. It is so good and so palatable to so many people, and it's a great switch-up beer for somebody who might be a domestic light beer drinker. We put them to a Month of Sundays all the time. So that's the first beer I would recommend. After that, I got to put Facelift on there because Facelift is the best India Pale Ale ever made. Now I haven't tasted them all, but it's an atypical India Pale Ale because it's not that jumpy, citrusy thing that I told you about before. It's more of I used the word staid earlier. I'll use it again to refer to the British this time. It's more of a staid British beer. It uses British hops. They're called British noble hops. East Kent Goldings, I believe, is what we use there. And they just have a softer, earthier feel to them. It's a more mature drink. It's a full-bodied, wonderful IPA, very bracing, a solid bitterness to it. You can drink it all day, except it's relatively high in alcohol, so it wouldn't be any good if you did. And I called it Facelift because that's what it does to me when I drink it. It's bracing and it just brings a smile to my face. That's 2 beers. You wanted 3. Now, a Month of Sundays came from my brewer Ryan Daigle, so I've done kudos to him. Facelift, kudos to me. I might want to pick another one for him, but I'm only gonna, I'm going with. See, now I got to give you one of those juicy IPAs, the one that very fashionable, jumpy. We've got one called Pufnstuf, which is on tap at the Bull Run right now in Shirley. It's just fantastic. It's got about the same amount of alcohol and bitterness as maybe Facelift does, but it goes in a completely different direction. And I'm looking for it here. I didn't bring my glasses with me, so I have to focus. Pufnstuf, here it is. Simcoe, Galaxy, and Mosaic are the 3 hops that do that trick of making it, go very fruity, very citrusy. Really pleasant beer. When we did our tap takeover at the Columbia Tavern, it was the first beer to kick that night. People just got on the Pufnstuf and just were loving it, and it's just a very popular style right now.